Hey guys, I'm here to talk to you about what type of platform you should drive if you're going to start driving for Uber. And by platform I mean UberX, UberXL, or Uber Select slash Plus. They're interchangeable for in most cities. Also, if you want to drive for Lyft, they have two different platforms, and that's Lyft, regular Lyft, and Lyft Plus, which is basically similar as UberX and UberXL. But before I get into that, guys, let me talk a little bit about the driver promotion going on that Uber and Lyft has. Guys, it's free money, as I mentioned in my previous videos. It's definitely worth it. I'm gonna put a link under my description here for both Lyft and Uber. Automatically just click on it, and automatically it will be in the first page of the application, whether it's for Uber or Lyft. My code will be inputted in there, and basically you're gonna get 50 to 750 sign up bonus depending on the city you're in. So guys, again, it's free money. Don't neglect it. Don't take it for granted like I did, and like many people do. You can potentially lose hundreds of dollars. And both Lyft and Uber has promotion. So if you're lucky enough to get $750 promotion for Lyft, and then a $300 promotion for Uber, that's about $1,000 right there of sign-up bonuses. So now getting back to platforms. So let me give you a brief description of each, and then let me tell you which one I would recommend like what type of car I would recommend you getting in order to drive for the platform that I would recommend that you drive for. So basically in UberX as well as a regular Lyft, to qualify for that, you basically just have to have a four-door car, anything from Toyota Corolla to a Camry, or for example Honda Civic, Honda Accord, any type of four-door car. It could be a very basic four-door car, but I mean it depends on what Uber's requirements are. But it could be a very basic four-door Kia car, or Nissan Sentra, for example, or Nissan Versa, Kia Soul, or it could be a more of a almost a luxury type of like a Honda Accord or a Toyota Avalon, those little higher end sedans to qualify for UberX. Well, and same thing for Lyft. It has to be a door car though. When it comes to Uber XL as well as Lyft Plus, that's any car such as a van or an SUV. So basically, UberX you can take only up to 4 people, besides you. You know, it's 5 people total in a car. While Uber XL as well as Lyft Plus, you can take up to 7 people. Like for example, in Honda Pilot SUV, which is a car that I drive, I can take up to 7 people, and then including me, that's 8 people total. Most vans though can take only 6 people, but Uber just requires that you be able to take up to 6 people besides yourself. So that's 7 people total, and I would actually recommend you getting a van over a SUV because you have better gas mileage. But I'll get into that a little bit later. Finally, there's an Uber, something called Uber Plus or Uber Select. In some cities they call it Uber Plus, some cities they call it Uber Select. And it's basically it's high-end cars such as the BMWs, Mercedes, Audis, Cadillacs, those type of cars. You get paid a little bit more because you get higher end customers and you pick up higher end customers. So that's only available again for Uber. And basically, I forgot to mention that UberX, you have the lowest fare or lowest rates are for UberX, and UberXL is about 1.5 to 2 times as much as an UberX. And same thing with Lyft Plus is about 1.5 to 2 times as much as a regular Lyft, because you're taking now up to 6 or 7 people. So rather than them having to take 2 Ubers or 2 Lyfts, they can just request one Lyft Plus or one Uber XL, so it saves them money, and you get paid a little bit more because you obviously have to have higher gas mileage for a van or an SUV as compared to a four-door car. While an Uber Select slash Plus, you get paid almost 3 times as much as a regular Uber X, since you're taking higher end customers, and the car is much newer and costs much more to buy and to uptake. So those are the 3 platforms for UberX for Uber, and Lyft doesn't have any type of luxury line, so there's only two platforms for that. For Lyft is Lyft, regular Lyft, or Lyft Plus. Now there's other stuff you might have heard of called Uber Black and Uber SUV, but that's more for people who have a commercial license and commercial insurance, so it's more very selective. Basically, Uber only allows a specific amount of people to join who have pretty much a fleet uh, to join Uber Black and Uber SUV, and they get paid even more than Uber Plus. But again, it's very selective. Fees are very high. You have to have a very high-end car, like even possibly like a brand new car, luxury car. So I won't get too much into that. Now, what I recommend personally for driving would be an Uber XL or a Lyft Plus type of car. So, for example, an SUV or a van. I would recommend buying a used van. You don't have to buy a brand new one. You know, I mean, this is the same with all UberX also. You don't have to have a very expensive car, which will have huge depreciation. Uh, it's not worth it, guys. You can Uber will some cities even accepts the 2001 model car as long as it's in good working condition and has low mileage. So I'd highly recommend that you get though a better than 2001 to 2002. I'd recommend 2007 or 2008 car, even if you can't 2009 car. But I guarantee you can probably find a 2007, 8, or 9 car on Craigslist or in any used car dealership uh, for under 10,000. You can, and there will also be. I recommend also getting a car that's under 125,000 miles. Uh, you know, some cities they don't allow you to drive for Uber if you have a car that's over 150,000 miles, even if it's a 2011 or 12. So I'd recommend you getting a car also under 125,000. And I guarantee you guys that if you search for a car that's 2007, 2008, or 2009, between 100 to 125,000, you can probably get it for under 7,000. I mean, I found cars that's only 5,000. They were not salvaged even. They were like 125,000 miles. Toyota Sienna for that's 2009, 2008 for $5,000. So it's definitely worth it, guys. It's might be a little bit more expensive than buying a used four-door sedan, which has better gas mileage than a van or a SUV. But the fares for Uber XL will definitely, you know, pay you much more than the cost of the gas or the $1,000 extra cost to buy it, because you get 1.5 to 2 times as much for Uber XL or Lyft Plus. So it's definitely worth it, guys. Many people, cities that have very high demand for Uber XL or Uber or Lyft Plus cars. You know, Uber is definitely looking for those type of cars. A lot of passengers want to stay, especially when they go out on a night out of town. They want to stay together, so they want to stay in one big group. You know, so they definitely like these cars, and over two Uber X's and or two Lyfts. So I highly recommend you guys doing that. Uh, what my opinion on Uber Select, Uber Plus? Well, what I heard from people who drove all three platforms, Uber X, Uber XL, and Uber Select slash Plus, that Uber XL is better because Uber Select slash Plus does pay more than Uber XL, but the demand for it is much less. Not all people know about it. Not all people want to pay that extra. You know, it's not a necessity as much as an Uber XL. Uber XL is a necessity because people want to stay together. They want to sometimes even if just 2 3 people, but they have a lot of luggage, so they need a bigger car like that. Well, Uber Select Plus or slash Plus, it's people maybe want to use it if they very like occasionally if they want to look good when coming to a party or going to a place, or you want to drive in a nice fancy car for a date, but it's not as needed every day like an Uber XL is. A lot of times even the higher end customers end up using Uber X or Uber XL to get around because they just want to get from point A to point B uh, on most nights. So that's why again I would recommend an Uber XL type of car such as a van or SUV. Uh, highly recommend that. And also one last thing to mention is that uh, a lot of cities, Uber X and Uber XL have the same surge rates, while Uber Select slash Plus has lesser surge rates. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, surge is when you have such a high demand that there's not enough drivers for passengers requesting. So sometimes it can go up from to 5 6 times the normal fare that you would get. Uh, well, for Uber Select Plus, it's on a different platform completely. So sometimes it's a 6x, for example. There's a very high demand for UberX, Uber XL cars, but for Uber Select, you go and you look at that, and it's only 2x. So you end up getting paid much more for Uber XL than you get paid for Uber Select slash Plus on those busy nights. So all these reasons make me really highly recommend that you fork up just a couple $1,000s extra to get a used van or SUV, and you also uh, be willing to spend just a little bit more on gas, because overall it's definitely worth it, guys. So like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, just feel free to comment. And again, please feel free to share the code. I'm sorry for this long video, guys, but I definitely think this is very valuable advice that I wish I had when I first started driving. Well, you guys have a good day.